The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello, welcome back to the English class. Hope you all are happy and safe at your homes, right? Yes. So today we are starting the first chapter in the second volume studio. That is The Girl Who Bet All Odds. Okay. So take page number 1 in your studio. Now let's have a look into the overview. In this lesson, we will read a powerful story about a young girl with special talents. Understand the importance of being sensitive and respectful to others. And the third one, use words to indicate the position of a noun. Explore the uses of the in a sentence. So are you all ready? Yes. So as usual, let's start with a pep activity. Work with a partner. So you can work with your brother or sister or a friend. Okay. Do the following one by one. Close your eyes. Identify the object in front of you. Then second one, close your eyes. Try to find out what your partner is speaking. Then third one, close your mouth and try to speak. Can your partner understand what you are saying? Was it easy for you to identify the object with your eyes closed? Say yes or no? No. Was it easy for you to understand your partner's words with your ears closed? No, isn't it? Then speak clearly with your mouth covered. Then was it easy for you to speak clearly with your mouth covered? No, isn't it? How did you go about doing these tasks? For example, to identify the object with my eyes closed, I tried to feel its shape. Share with your partner. Let's now read about a girl who could not see or hear but inspired others with her life. Are you excited to know her? Yes. So let's start reading. Let's see who is that smart, intelligent girl. Okay? Yes. The life of Helen Keller. Just for a moment, blindfold yourself and plug your ears with cotton wool. What's meant by blindfold? Yes, to tie a cloth over one's eyes. Then plug means insert. So, just for a moment, tie a cloth over your eyes and insert some cotton wool in your ears. This is how life is for people like Helen Keller. A life in the dark surrounded by silence. That is what the condition of the people like Helen Keller. The life is dark, without eyesight and surrounded by silence, without the ability to hear. Okay, yes. So Helen Keller was not able to see or hear. She was not like us. We can hear and see things, isn't it? But Helen Keller was not like that. She can't see and hear. Helen was born on June 27, 1880 in Alabama, USA. She was a healthy child till the age of 18 months when she was struck by a severe illness. Struck means affected. She was a healthy child till 18 months from birth, but she was affected by a severe illness, and then she lost her sight and hearing as a result. Okay, so due to that severe illness, she lost her eyesight and hearing ability. Okay, yes. With no way to communicate, Helen became an unruly child. So she became a violent girl. She became an unruly child. She grew angry very easily and threw terrible tantrums. She would kick, scream and break things. Tantrums means a burst of anger or irritation, usually in a young child. She became irritated very fast. She would kick, scream and break things. When Helen was 6 years old, her life changed. Anne Sullivan, a young teacher from the Perkins Institute for the Blind in Boston, arrived at the Kellers' doorstep. When she was 6 years old, her life changed. A young teacher named Anne Sullivan came to Helen Keller's life. Anne was also blind. She had been hired to teach the young child to communicate. Anne's method was to spell out words with her fingers on Helen's palm. So, what was Anne's methods to teach the words? She spelled out the words with her fingers. She spelled out the words with her fingers on Helen Keller's palm. Okay, is it clear for you? Yes. The child, although curious at first, soon became stubborn and refused to learn. At first, Helen was very curious to study the words, but then she became stubborn. Stubborn means refusing to change one's mind about something. She refused to study. Okay, at first she was very interested and curious to study the words and all, but then she became stubborn and refused to learn. Anne tried hard for several weeks. One day she held Helen's hand under a water pump and spelled the word water. At last, one day Anne held Helen's hand under the water pump and then spelled the word water. Something suddenly changed for the little girl. She understood the connection between the word being spelled out and the sensation of the cool water. So at this time, Helen understood the connection between the word being spelled and the sensation, the feel of the cool water. So she felt the water and then understood the relation between or the connection between the word being spelled out and the sensation of the cool water. Helen learned to spell that word and began demanding to know what other things were called. Then she became interested to study. Helen learned to spell that particular word and began demanding to know what other things were called. By night, she had learned 30 new words. Then she understood what is water, and thus she started demanding for the new words. And by night, she had studied 30 new words, and it was really a challenge, isn't it? It is really a challenge to a girl like Helen to learn 30 words by a night, isn't it? Yes. So Helen was blind and she was deaf too, isn't it? Yes. When she was 6 years old, she was affected by a severe illness and she had lost the eyesight and the hearing ability, and it was really difficult to handle her. But one day a new teacher, a young teacher named Anne Sullivan came to Helen's life, and then all changed. She was also blind, and she started teaching Helen to communicate and to spell words and to understand things. So read till page number 3. Okay. Now let's learn some grammar. Okay. Take page number 11. Grammar. Articles. Recall you are learning about articles a and an used before nouns. These are used when we do not specify the things or people that we are talking about. We use an before a word starting with a vowel sound a, e, I, o, u. For example, an apple, an egg, an aeroplane, an elephant, an owl, an umbrella, etc. An apple a day is good for health. I used an egg in the cake batter. We use a before a word starting with a consonant sound. For example, a girl, a cat, a boy, a cow, a book, a pen, etc. A cat is affectionate and loyal. Identify 5 nouns in the story The Life of Helen Keller. Complete the figure 3. An example has been provided. Read this sentence. Anne Sullivan, a young teacher from the Perkins Institute for the Blind in Boston, arrived at the Kellers' doorstep. Discuss in the class. Who arrived at the Kellers' doorstep? Yes, Anne Sullivan, a young teacher from the Perkins Institute for the Blind in Boston. What is the name of the institute she is from? The Perkins Institute for the Blind in Boston. Anne Sullivan, Helen's teacher, is from a very specific institute in Boston, the Perkins Institute for the Blind. When we refer to a specific person, place or thing, we use the definite article the. Okay, the yellow car, etc. Okay, so that is specific. That car is specific due to its color. So to refer that specific person or specific thing, we use the definite article the. Okay, if we refer to this in general terms, we may say an institute for the blind. This could refer to any institute located in Boston for the blind. In general terms, we can use an or a. Okay, an institute for the blind. It may be any institute for the blind in Boston, but here it is the Perkins Institute for the Blind in Boston. That is specific. Okay, when it is general, we can say an institute. This could refer to any institute located in Boston for the blind. In such a case, we would use an indefinite article an. Since institute start with a vowel sound, we can use an here because institute is starting with I, that is, it is a vowel sound. Okay, so we can say an institute in Boston. Today we started the new chapter, chapter 7, The Girl Who All Odds, and it is the story of Helen Keller. It is the life story of Helen Keller who overcame all her inabilities with her courage, determination, and with the support of her teacher Anne Sullivan. Okay, and we also discussed about definite article the, isn't it? Yes. So read the content thoroughly. Okay, we'll meet you in the next class. Till then, bye bye.